Well, I'm going to have to keep an eye on this time because I have to keep it under 10 minutes per clip in case I ever decide to post it on YouTube because there's a 10 minute limit. Anyway, back to definitions. Once I started realizing that the definitions were all just made up by people who thought they were authority or had a book that gave them permission, then they would just change from one bunch of definitions to another bunch of definitions. And I remember one time being asked to come and be part of the Mormons church from a friend of mine who was Mormon. And I guess I shot my mouth off like I've done a lot and said to him, well, I don't want to join any religious clubs. Well, that was it for him and me. We were good friends up until that point, but I guess his definitions were so important to him that he didn't really want to have anything with a guy who defamed his definitions. So what I've come to understand is that apart from faith, definitions are really what it's all about. Now, faith is a whole different subject. I began to examine that subject quite a lot over many nights of walking, and I came to realize that you can't have a belief without having faith. And I'm scratching my head going, well, what is faith? And then I came up with a definition of what faith was, and I realized that faith is a gift from God according to the Bible, according to what I grew up with. So then I realized, well, what does it say there to have faith in? And basically, it didn't really say, it just said that faith was a gift from God. So then you got to realize I'm not orthodox anymore here. So I'm going to hit you with unorthodox ideas. If you don't like them, well, don't watch it. But on this thing about faith, realize that the gift was the ability to have faith in anything. Our responsibility is what to have faith in. So I started having problems there because I wasn't able to have faith in anything because I didn't trust anyone or anything to tell me what to think, because I gave that up and I did not want to go back to it because it's a miserable life, especially when you're struggling with it. So I have been hoping to find somebody to talk to who could talk to me about faith or about anything and not have the orthodox bunch of opinions. I haven't really found anyone yet, and it seems like if it's not a religious person or a Christian or whatever, then they have all these opinions about how bad life is and treating them and how bad everything is for them. Well, I lost all that. See, now I don't have anyone to blame but myself. That really sucks, I'll tell you. Blame it, who am I going to blame? Because I've seen the truth of the matter about everything being determined by somebody and then a bunch of people following it. So the next thing that happened to me was this YouTube business. I started watching YouTube videos about all kinds of philosophies and stuff. And then I started watching YouTube videos about near-death experiences, which probably had the more effect on me than just about anything else on YouTube, because it gave me hope. Because these people who have passed on went in the tunnel, and at the end of the tunnel there was a light which examined their whole life right there. I mean, you got it spread out there and you could see it. There's no getting away from the truth of what you are and what you did. So I started working more towards getting my heart right. You know, I mean, I want to have the right motive. I want to have my heart right, because even the Christian Bible says God looks at the heart. And I believe the heart is more important than any doctrine. You can have your doctrines, but if your heart's not right, then you're just a phony. And you're leading, if you're leading people, then you're leading a bunch of people down a phony path that you created or somebody else created, and you're propagating it. And there's a lot of money involved here, and materialistic things. And now that materialism has kind of fallen away from me, I just find myself a lot of times sitting around wondering what the hell to do next. What do I do? I have nothing to believe in. So it's not an easy path. The way I'm going is scary. You know, you have nothing to hold you up, no stick to hold on to, no belief, no structure. You have to stand on your own 2 feet, and you got to stand there and with courage, because jumping off that spiritual cliff to go your own way is is wrought with all kinds of dangers, because of the teachings that you'll go off in your own way and believe a lie and be damned. You know, that's the Christian, the UPC favorite, one of their favorite whooping boys is that. But there are things I read in the Bible that helped me along the way. One is ask, seek, and knock. That scripture was in regards to asking and seeking and knocking to find out what the truth is, because it's just really tough. So before anybody who's watching this video goes off and tries this, you might be forewarned. You might be safer to stay at home and stay in the church, because it's no picnic, I can tell you that. But I'm still looking for somebody to talk to, some other poor lost slob like me who's got big problems. And I got to stop this one here. We're getting up there in time, but I have a couple more things I want to share this evening. So I'm going to stop it now.